give it a hand first. And the next talk is by Molaro1, and this is on mono, past, and future.
For some reason, the projector over here is not getting your full screen. Just be aware of that.
Yeah. Okay.
Shifted left.
It's not over here.
So it's off to the left on that side of it.
Yeah.
Well, there's.
I don't think there's anything that he can do about it because it's right over here.
Yeah.
I didn't notice that.
Oh, Vikram, isolation issues in parlay. I think that if you're isolation issues in parlay, I think there's a lot of good discussion on that.
Right. Go ahead, Paul. Okay. Mono is an open source implementation of what Microsoft calls the .NET framework. Unlike the Microsoft implementation, we are cross-platform. We have implemented Mono on several operating systems, on Linux, Solaris, Mac OS. We also run on Windows, so we have ported the JIT compiler in version 1.0 to x86, PowerPC, and Spark. We also developed the tools, the C# compiler, the Yellow assembler, and other tools to bootstrap the compilers. And we support the languages that run on the virtual machine, like C#, a few new languages that were developed for the CLR, such as Namely, Boo, and we also support the new runtimes that are being written to run on the CLR, such as the Java virtual machine called IKVM and IronPython. We wrote almost all the interesting assemblies that come with the .NET framework. We left out basically the stuff that depends on the Windows operating system. And we also developed additional features such as access to POSIX APIs or other Unix things, or assemblies to assembly is the name in the CLR for library. So we have support for graphical libraries. We started writing Mono because the people at Ximian that started working on it came from the background of writing GNOME, where most of the code is written in C. Most of the applications are written in C with the associated problems, dealing with memory directly, and having an API which is not object-oriented, and having to deal with mostly object-oriented code, such as graphical user interfaces. And we wanted to have a virtual machine that could support multiple languages. In GNOME, we have bindings to the libraries. So the foundation of GNOME is written in C, but Perl, Python, and Scheme, and so on, can access the foundation using a binding to the C library. And we wanted to be able to integrate different languages without the support headaches. For example, GNOME, as the number of languages increases, you need to write a binding for each language. If you have instead a virtual machine that can run any language, you just need to write one binding to the underlying C foundation. And we also needed, well, one of the main features of course, is garbage collection, but we also wanted to be able to handle basic services that BIOS provides with a clean API. The Unix API is very clean, but is also very inconsistent and very small. Basically, the POSIX API hasn't been implemented in the same way in any operating system. So this is a problem for portability. And we wanted also to reuse code as much as possible. As a side effect, we enable people to switch from Windows to Linux. We can just write application in Windows and run them unchanged on Linux. Here is an example of the problems we have in the Unix and Linux worlds in the development community. We have the operating system, which provides a thin layer, and then we have a set of languages, each of which has his own virtual machine with his own garbage collector, his own runtime system for threading I/O and so on. And this is a lot of duplications we want to avoid. So the status of Mono today is that we released the 1.0 code base a couple of months ago. It implements the version 1.1 of the .NET framework, except a few Windows-specific stuff, such as COM, enterprise services. We miss, well, Windows Forms is in part is Windows specific and part not, but we don't have an implementation. We are working on that. We are also missing code access security. But we have our assemblies, our tools, support for connecting to databases like Postgres, MySQL, Oracle. And for the XML junkies, we have Redux NG extensions, and well, a few of the Mono namespaces is used to access features on Unix systems, such as the POSIX codes. And we also provide graphical tools, Monodoc, to view, edit, and search documentation, and Monodevelop, which is an editor with syntax highlighting, completion with IntelliSense, and so on.
I have a question. Well, what does the NG extensions mean? What do those things mean? You could read through a slide. Relax NG extensions.
It's anyone doing XML here? Basically, it's a way to validate XML and with a schema in a simple way. So, well, it's stuff for XML people, not VM people.
So what is relax? So you don't follow the same semantics?
It's a technicality for XML. So, anyway. Okay. Well, Mono is used, of course, inside Novell. Actually, people in Novell started using Mono before Novell acquired Simian, because they view it as a way to write applications, cross-platform applications. And it's also deployed, for example, in Germany. There is a company which deployed Mono on a few hundreds of servers using ASP.NET. There is a growing community inside the GNOME, which started writing applications using C#, GTK Sharp, and Mono. And there is also a community that uses Mono on macOS. We are writing Cocoa Sharp to access the graphical libraries on macOS. Well, this is the background. We had a lot of languages. We needed to write the binding for each language to be able to use the basic libraries. We had also a problem of mapping from the C language to the component technology that we are using in GNOME. And we also had a lot of pain writing evolution at Simian. It's a mail client which took a lot of time to develop, a lot of resources, and mostly because we didn't have the right language and the right runtime. For example, using C is hard to manage memory, it's hard to handle threads, and so on. So we needed better tools. We needed also a language, a runtime that could blend, that could allow the execution of multiple languages, also on multiple operating systems. Because in the tradition of Linux, we want it to be portable and cross-platform, so that people are not tied to a single architecture and can switch faster to new processors which are being created. One of the other reasons we based Mono on the ECMAC specs, it was to be able to reuse the code that other people wrote. Basically, Mono, as Miguel says, Mono is a trick to get Microsoft to pay for the marketing of C#. So we get the benefits of having a larger amount of developers that write applications for Linux. Well, one example is the Java IKVM library, which is a Java virtual machine which runs on the CLR in Mono. And IronPython itself. It was surprising that a couple of hours after